Welcome to Steve's Workbench. This is the N2 loco I'm building, or the bunker. If you get them days when you just feel like no matter what you do, you're a hack. You ever feel like, what would a professional do? What would someone like Ian Rathbone or one of those iconic people do? How would they do things? Well, I'm sure they get things wrong and it's all trial and error to them, but it doesn't stop me from feeling like that at times. So, and I hope this is nice and steady. I'm trying to keep it steady. I had to fit 3 pieces, 1, 2, and that piece there, as the bunker extensions. It's flared at the back. Always a problem with flare. And I thought, how do I fit it? The drawings don't actually make it exactly clear where it goes. It looks like this sheet fits directly on top of the other sheet, which means you end joint it. And I thought, you know, end jointing a sheet, that's not good. I mean, it's not good mechanical sense. To butt joint a thing at right angles, that's okay. But to end joint, no, I don't like that. And I thought, well, how do I prove where it's supposed to go? So what I did is I did a check. I've got, the kit actually comes with some isinglass drawings, which are separate sheets. But previous to me starting this kit, I'd already bought the proper sheet, which is one sheet, and I really recommend buying those drawings because it just helps provide them with details. So what I did is, using a set of verniers, I measured, this is on the drawing, I measured from there, from the top of the footplate to the top of the extension. I'll show you on the drawing. So this is what I actually did. This is how I did it. I checked this first. So there's the distance from the top of the footplate to the top. Now you can see that mine is correct. So I've actually got the height right according to the drawing. So coming back here, the bunker actually steps up there. There's a slight step, I don't know, a mil or so. And so what I did is I scored a line at this height right way around, in other words, that line. And I soldered these on the outside. I just held them in place, flooded it with flux and soldered them on. And that's obviously right. When I've checked a few photos of N2s, like the real job, there's no beading, but it looks, oh sorry, it looks like it's on the outside slightly. So that's what I've done. Now the hardest thing is, obviously this is curved round there. I stuck this piece in the gas rink and annealed it. I'm going to have to put this on. This is actually too high, so I've got to do some filing. But obviously it's going to be, hang on, let's put this down here, sorry. So I'm trying to do it one-handed. So I've got to solder that in place. Now at the corners there's no way around it. I've got to fill that with solder, probably some 188 or something like that, or maybe 145, something what I can get in and file. Now some kits, my N6, which was a 4-track, now Gladiator kit, the tender flare comes as one piece, 2 sides in the back, but at the corners they provide little slivers, little fingers, so they flare out and you're supposed to flub out with solder. So there's no way around that as far as I can tell. But I'm happy with that. I know with a bit of patience I can do it. The other thing I've got to do, I've made up the bunker, the internal bunker. I'm really proud of this. I think I did so. I mean, it fits well, but then I've soldered it and cleaned it up. I've always wanted to make a kit and have it in the brass and look like there's no solder on it, like you see sometimes. And you think, how do they do that? Maybe it's glued. But again, and I don't think this will need trimming. The distance between there and the 2 sides is greater than these 2 sides. So I've got to file that, and just, you know, a bit of trial and error, file and test. Then the other thing is the corners on the bunker are more rounded than that, so a bit of filing. And then it doesn't have to be perfect. Once it's soldered in, it can be flooded with solder. Yeah, so look, I think it's going to be a pretty good kit. I love this foot plate. the foot plate by itself is very strong, but one thing I really like about it is the steps, and I wish more kit people would do this. The foot plate comes as top, 2 valences, front and back buffer beam. Pretty simple, really. The step hangers, these step hangers are actually part of the valence. So all you've got to do is solder the steps on. You're going to do that anyway. And they're very strong because, you know, it's one piece. But the kit also comes with reinforcing pieces at the back. They're shaped to the shape of the hanger, and you just solder them on the back. So what you end up with is really strong steps. Because the problem with a lot of kits, I suppose, it's not so much a kit, it's just the nature of the beast. If you want fine detail, i.e. not toys, you have to get things, you're going to be prepared to get things break off easy, you know, little flimsy bits of wire. It's alright if it's a showpiece model in a case, but this isn't. So these steps are very workmanlike, they're very rugged, they won't fall off. So I'm pretty impressed with that. That's a great design feature, I think.